Hey Vienna.
Hi!
So what are you playing today?
I'm playing an orphan for Pure Taboo, their second feature called Anne. I play an orphan named Jane. I'm kind of a sassy one. I'm pretty mouthy, so that's why I'm pretty sure I'm still in this dress I got when I first showed up to the orphanage.
Okay.
I never...
Unfortunately, I cannot show you pulling it up. I know it looks very nice, but it's for YouTube, so I cannot show any nudity, but you're not wearing anything under it, and I can show from the side a little bit. It's very sexy. And you like to pull it up, but we have
love to, but we have to keep it, you know.
Yeah, pull it up now, so I don't see it. I just see that you're pulling it up. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I have to cut that off. No, it's fine. I wasn't seeing it. So, and it's a fucking big production. Look at all these people. Look at all these people. Hey.
Steve, you did an awesome job. He whipped it out, started moving the beating girls.
Yes, that was my favorite part, was when I got to see Steve's penis.
Oh, yeah, I was flashing to the poor orphans.
Yeah, he was flashing to my innocent little self, but it's okay. Not as innocent as I may seem.
Yeah, you are this great combination of innocent and slutty.
Yes. Yes. And I recently started putting things in my butt, so I'm
now.
finally start to work my way up to anal soon.
Wow, that's exciting.
I know.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I do. It's become way harder. Especially like, imagine using my vibrator and fucking my ass at the same time. I love it.
Oh, I have to try that. I haven't been in your ass.
No, you haven't.
We have to change that.
I know.
Good. See you later. And here we have our multi-talented production assistant, makeup artist, everything. So that's a lot of work today for you, huh? Or for these days. It's a multi-day shoot with
it's a lot of work because I also do production management. So it's been 13 call sheets, 13 packs of paperwork, tons of hair and makeup.
Tons of makeup. Let me go through the makeup to show what you've done. Look at all these orphans here.
It's hard to even make them not look hot, even with all the dirt and teased hair, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a interesting combination of sexy and disgusting at the same time. How do you feel made up like this?
Great.
Yeah?
The badass zombie.
Even I got makeup. Let me see if I can show the. I mean hair. My hair. I don't wear the hair like this normally.
But we've moved everything around.
She's the one who's gonna come in with the rocks, right? You're gonna come in with the rocks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here we have our little cripple. It's so mean.
I know. Called noodle legs.
Oh, they did all this political incorrect, and you're working on crotches.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's something new. It's something different.
we're gonna have a sex scene later.
Oh yeah.
And I wonder how that's gonna work with your crotches.
No, I'm not gonna be able to move my legs at all. So
Okay.
you guys are gonna have to help me open
Hold
up.
you open. Hold you open.
Oh yeah. We had a lot of fun though.
Yeah, I mean, this is a fucking huge production. Have you ever seen so many girls on one set?
I don't think I have. I mean, I've done a few features, but this is like probably one of the most populated features I've been in. I love it.
Yeah, it's interesting, exciting.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I mean, my call time was relatively late, but with all these girls in makeup, what was your call time? What time?
Mine was 11, so.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's late.
The last couple of days I was here at like 10 and 9, so.
That's
too
not so
crazy, really.
bad.
Yeah, it's decent. It's decent.
Okay. Yeah, we all know early birds.
No. I like to sleep in. Get some good rest before I have to take some dick.
You like to sleep in, I like to sleep in you.
Okay, perfect.
I mean, actually, not sleep.
Not sleep, but like, I feel you. I know what you're trying to say. We'll have fun.
See you later.
There's spaghetti on your
More girls here. Look at you. No, I can't show that. It's YouTube. But it's okay. I can see it. I just cut it out of the frame. You don't have to cover it. I like to see it. I just have to cut it out for my YouTube BTS. So another orphan here.
I was the mean bitchy orphan.
The mean bitchy? Oh. Are you mean to the other girls or?
She was mean.
I was very mean inside the film, yes.
Oh.
I'm not mean though in person.
No, I know. You're a very lovely person.
Alright, gang.
We all had sex, and here's the director.
Yes, I'm actually gonna come in and try to kind of direct her.
Yeah. No, I'll let you work.
Do you know how to tie girls up?
A little bit. I'm not very
You're not very
experienced,
good?
but
Yeah.
I've done a little.
You'd think I'd know how to do it better, but I don't.
I can.
I'm gonna tie you up.
If you want, I can assist you.
You don't think that mommy has
Hello. We never met before.
We have not.
So what is your name? In my mind, you're just Perky Nipple.
Thank you. Perky Nipple, also known as Vienna Black.
Oh, so we have Vienna Rose and Vienna Black, both two Viennas. Have you ever been to Vienna?
I have not. I don't have a passport, but it'd be cool.
Whenever you have the chance, it's a beautiful city. And they say, by the UN statistics, it's the city with the best living conditions.
Oh, cool, yeah.
It's full of art, great architecture, good restaurants. One of my favorite restaurants ever, it's called Steirereck.
I can't pronounce that just yet.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Michelin 3 stars. They have a huge wine selection.
I'm just starting out with wine, so I'm figuring that out too.
Yeah, they have like 3 floors down basement with millions and millions of dollars worth the best wines and champagnes in the world.
Cheese.
Oh, of course. So if you ever go to Vienna, Steirereck is the place. It's expensive, but it's worth it.
It's worth it. I'll let you know when I
Yeah.
go. Nice to meet you.
See ya.
Okay, you guys ready?
And Whitney. Yeah. Don't show it to me. I can't. It's YouTube. No. Yeah. No, it's fine. I can frame it out. Don't worry. It's the magic of editing. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah.
She does look like
Booty wrapping everywhere.
I love it that you flash to me, and you know how much I appreciate it. It's just, it's YouTube.
For YouTube though.
Yeah. Okay. See you later. Oh, Bree, hello again.
hello, how are you?
I'm very well, and I'm very happy to be here again on your set.
Well, you're becoming a regular player, Steve, so I couldn't make this movie without you.
Listen, this is a very twisted story, like all your story, but I think this is more twisted than even the last before.
Perhaps.
The one
It is
that-
the feature, so.
So can you explain? There's so many people on set. I've never seen so many people on set. What's going on here?
Well, we're telling a story that's inspired by the story of Little Orphan Annie. It is a parody of sorts, but it's more of a satire or a sort of a critique on the story than it is the usual parodies you see that are funny. It's a very dark story, and it's essentially my reimagining of some of these characters and some new characters, and I wanted to not make it a musical because you'll know when you see me make a musical that it's probably the last thing I'll ever
And you probably don't want to hear me sing.
Yeah, exactly. Or you know, God forbid. But I wanted to draw some elements from musicals as to put into this project. And one of the things is having a large cast. Musicals always have a very large cast. And so the story of Annie has a very large cast. And I wanted to carry that into this film. And you can't have an orphanage without having like a lot of sexy orphans, you know. So I wanted to like have a big cast which invokes the feeling of musicals. And also this is a movie that has some pretty big production numbers. So the first sex scene in the film is this, you know, nightmare, catastrophic orphan room group sex public, you know, sex scene, which I've never seen anything like it before. And then we have an actual legit orgy in the middle, and then we end on another kind of over the top sex scene at the end. So it's got some pretty big production numbers. So those are a couple elements that I likened from musicals to bring into this. And I mean, I'm kind of getting to a point where I don't really build an ego so much as I just like set my expectations higher and higher and higher. So I just wanted to like have more people. I like having lots of actors around at this point, especially with the way we film. So go big or go home, as they say.
And for me, it's the first time, I don't know if you shot before like this, that we shoot a feature and it's totally story driven, but there is no script like in a classical way.
Yeah.
We go from set to set and you explain the situation, and it's almost like improv.
Yeah, well, that's the way that that's my current phase right now. I don't think I would ever at this point write another full script, because it's so much better to get in and work with your actors to bring characters to life and to incorporate natural dialogue and natural reactions into the story that you want to tell, than to try to, you know, kind of force feed every word for people to try to remember. At that point, the actors are spending more time trying to remember their lines than they are trying to be these people. I'd rather them invest the time in being these people. So as you know, all Pure Taboo episodes are improv. And Half His Age, which was the film we made last year, was an improv script just like this.
Yeah, but last time it was more half-half. I got some lines, and then you told me, okay, you can use your own words, but this is just like a guideline.
Yeah, no, it's pretty much the same. Like whenever I write, I don't write scripts, I write stories. So I write a story, and I try to almost see the movie in my head as I'm writing it. So there's going to be certain points where, in order to like bring a character to life, I need to include some things that they're going to say. You know, it helps to set the tone of who they are. Or if there's some certain key lines or key sort of similar types of lines I want to get in, I'll put them in as a reference for you guys to use. But I don't know if this one's any less scripted than my other ones. It's pretty much exactly how I write all of my stuff. Maybe you just
maybe it just feels
different.
different.
You got a heavy one last time, maybe.
Yeah, maybe it just feels.
It depends on the morning and how many cups of coffee I've had.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm really happy. I had a lot of fun. We are already here a few hours, and I had fun to just fool around a little bit with all the pretty girls.
Yes, yeah, I brought you in on a good day. So. And you're going to come back and shoot the second half of this, and you'll have another good day, because there'll be lots of pretty girls then too.
Okay, and now I'm looking forward because I have a sex scene with 2 girls coming up.
Yep, you do, right now and right here, so I better get out of the way.
I thank you for that.
Right. My pleasure, Steve.
Okay, see you later.
Bye.
Steve already ran through all the orphans and he's back for a scene.
He's back, yeah.
My character today is playing a rich person. This is the house I'm living in a very nice location in Calabasas, LA County. Look around. I think life can be worse, and of course I'm just a porn actor and I don't own anything here, but I spend my time here and I get great pussy here, so I guess I can't complain too much about my life. So we are here.
Yes.
on set for Pure Taboo.
Yes.
You're kind of dressed up, even though you're loosening up a little bit because it's so hot.
Yes, I don't want to ruin my dress because it's hot. It's a hot day and I don't want to make it messy.
Okay, Sarah.
Yes.
I'm sure a lot of people know and love you, but not everybody. So can you introduce yourself?
Absolutely. Hi, everyone. I'm Sarah Vandella. Nice to meet you all.
So, Sarah, we played together a week ago.
Yes.
For the same movie in a totally different set and totally different environment.
Yes.
And now we are in this beautiful house because we got rich.
Yes.
Unfortunately, only in the movie, but
Exactly.
we play rich. And you are a mean bitch in this movie.
I am so mean,
Yeah.
especially to the poor orphans.
And you play it so convincing,
Thank you.
with one exception.
Yes.
With one exception, because actually she's not mean at all. She's a very lovely person.
Thank you.
And I remember we did this scene, and while we were having sex with Kristen,
yeah.
I was slapping her pussy,
Yeah.
and you looked so shocked when you saw that. Oh my God! I mean, you're supposed to be the mean one.
That's true. I guess I was like, ooh, I don't know. I liked it, I think.
But you looked
was
like,
fun.
oh my God, what is it? That was your facial expression.
It was hot.
And this was the second time we shot together.
Yes.
The first time you were not playing a mean bitch, you were playing a sub.
Yes. Yes, I was.
And you are very convincing in both roles.
Thank you.
What would you say is more natural for you?
I guess the sub is easier and more natural, but I like to play both sides. It's a lot of fun to be able to
Switch?
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I do. So,
Okay.
super fun.
I've done a lot of BDSM fetish stuff because people book me for that, but I don't do that in my private life. So when I started doing, oh my God, sorry, I'm getting horny.
Oh
because,
shit! I don't want. I'm a bad girl.
So this whole world was new to me when I started a long time ago to do my first BDSM scene, and oh. We're gonna continue later. They are rolling. So we are back with Sarah.
Yes.
They are shooting in the house with sound, and we were not supposed to talk. So yeah, my question was, how did you get in? Do you do like BDSM play in your private life?
I've tried it. I've done some light play with bondage and blindfold, handcuffs, ropes, things like this. But mostly the majority I've done has been on film with professionals,
Okay.
real riggers that know what they're doing, and other doms and subs. So yeah.
Okay. And when you play in your private life, is it more the sub or the dom?
More of a sub.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I've done it, I haven't, really done my private life in a while, but when I've done it, I was always more of the sub.
And what does it give to you to be dominated, to be the fascination of a strong man, or would you like to sub for a woman?
I like both. I mean, being dominated by a woman is extremely erotic, and it's hard to find that right dom sub match sometimes with women, but when you find it and it works, it's very, very hot. With men, I think it's more of a fantasy, more of a society fantasy, like, being taken and just, thrown against the bed and just, with women, it could be more, start out differently, I think, a little bit. But I like them both, especially when I get to do them with great people and, in porn.
Yeah.
Because they're the real ones who know what they're doing. Let's face it.
I guess it's kind of difficult to find somebody in private life. I talked to a few girls in the business, and they said, yeah, I wouldn't go out in a bar and ask somebody, please tie me up, because you don't feel secure in this environment.
Exactly. You would have to trust your partner, your dom, I guess, and know that they're going to honor your safe word, and and that they're also going to push your boundaries a little, because that's what a good dom does.
Yeah, the safe word is like the last resort.
The last resort, exactly.
And it's totally important to respect it.
Yes.
What I try is always to read the girl, to push as close as I can before she says this, or that she never actually
says it exactly.
But you can see it
in her eyes,
in her mind. Should I call it or not? Like pushing a little bit, that makes it exciting, but don't overstep that.
Exactly. That's a fine line.
Yeah.
So when it happens, it's magic.
The irony for me is we have this whole Me Too debate now, that
it's crazy.
There is such a high demand. So many women contact me on social media, since I do a lot of BDSM roles, and I said, oh, I want to be your sub, can you this? I even met a few fans and played with them. So there's a high demand of girls who like this kind of play, and I guess there's a lot of guys who like, but it's so hard to match them.
Yes.
That it is consensual.
Exactly. But so it's definitely not it's a great delicacy, I think, in the sexual flavors. Something fun for once in a while.
Yeah. I never initiated it. It's always the girls saying, oh, can you spank me? Can you tie me up? Can you this and that?
Yeah.
So I realized there's a great demand for it.
Yes.
It's fascinating. For me, it was shocking, I have to tell you, because I was raised like most men, don't beat girls, you know. And then I had many years ago, I was playing a role in an Italian movie for Mario Salieri. I mentioned him before. He's the only one who I can compare with Bree Mills. We are on a set for Pure Taboo with Bree Mills, who shoot like really story-driven, deep characters. And I had to hit my quote-unquote wife. She was my wife in the movie. And it was so hard. I never hit a girl before to overcome this barrier.
Yeah. Well.
Okay. How long are you doing porn so far now?
Since 2007.
2007. So this is 10 years now.
Yeah.
Or will be 10 years.
Yeah.
No, 11.
No, 11. Yeah.
11.
Time flies.
Yeah, time flies. What is your favorite part of porn?
I guess being in the moment during the scene and just letting it flow like a dance. You know, the movement, going back and forth with your partner. The best is when you can roll right through and not have to stop for anything. Sometimes you have to stop, you know, if it's a light thing or whatever, even just to switch more comfortable position. But when it can happen authentically and naturally, and it's just the best part about being in it. And it's like, wait, it's over? No, it's not. I want more. Like, how does it go by like that? It's because it's true. Time flies when you're having fun, and when you're really letting go. Like for me, it's always about like trying to push myself a little more each time. With the right partner, of course. Not every scene will call for that. Some scenes will call for the stepmom to be, you know, more vanilla and more whatever. But when I can have that room to get, you know, more dominated or be a little more pushed to my edge, you know, I take it, because not every male performer can do that the right way, as you know. There's
I mean, I
very
don't work
few.
so much with male performers.
No, but the gentlemen in the industry that
Yeah.
have been around, the Steve Holmes, you know, the guys like you who have really been around. I mean, there's not many. Tony Rebus, only a very few
You know, Tony,
that are so the European style. I guess I think I like the European style.
I know Tony for over 20 years now, and he's much younger than me, but he's longer in the business because he started when he was 18. I started when I was 35.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
But crazy, right?
Do you sometimes, when you do a scene, think about the people watching it, or do you
that turns me
ignore
on
it?
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like sometimes if you're in a scene, knowing that like obviously people are gonna like jerk off to you, but it's just like a big fucking turn on to know that you're doing it live in person, and the people that are gonna see this are gonna come just as hard as you did. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Would you call yourself an exhibitionist?
To a degree.
To a degree.
Yes, to a degree, I would.
Do you like to wear revealing clothes and on parties or events?
Not like that. It's more like I will leave my windows open if I'm getting dressed or undressed, and things like that.
So we won't tell your address, but when you're driving around the greater LA area, look for open windows.
Exactly.
Okay, Sarah, thank you very much.
You are so welcome. Thank you. Bye, everybody.